You are making the world a better place by listening to the Joy of Living podcast. This is your guide to achieving a more purposeful, powerful, and positive life. Join Barry Shore in unlocking the best version of you and becoming happier, healthier, and wealthier. And now, here's your ambassador of joy, Barry Shore.
Good day, beautiful, bountiful, beloved, immortal beings, and good-looking people. Remember, you're good-looking, so always looking for and finding the good. We have found good in abundance because you have tuned in consciously and conscientiously to the Joy of Living with your humble host, Barry Shore, the ambassador of joy. Notice I didn't say the ambassador of joy. The ambassador of joy. And you tuned into the show for one reason and one reason only. It's the best reason in the whole world because you care the most in the entire world about you. Y-O-U. And that's great because when you become the best you make the world a better place. You build more bridges of harmony, create more joy, happiness, peace, and love. And you're going to hear about and learn about love and boxing and succeeding over the next few minutes. Before we bring on our amazing guest, Billy, just going to share with you a few ideas. Now, by the way, we're so humbled that right now we have about 517,000 people around the world that are tuned in. By the time we bring on Billy, we'll have about 528, maybe 530,000 because you're always inviting your friends and family. We appreciate it. I urge you, share this with 5 people. You want to share with 50 or 100, it's up to you, but at least 5 people so we can touch 2.5 million people around the world. Because the messages that you hear here, especially today, are vital to your mental, spiritual, and physical well-being. So before we bring on amazing Billy, I just want to urge everybody to understand the reason you tuned in is because you know that we discussed the 3 fundamentals of life. And the 3 fundamentals of life will make you happier, healthier, and wealthier. What are they? Number 1, life. Your life has purpose. And when you lead a purpose-driven life, number 2 happens. You make a difference. Lead a purpose-driven life, you make a difference in the world. And the 3rd is to unlock the power and the secrets of everyday words and terms. Simple example, this show is carried over the internet. If you ask anybody, what does WWW stand for? Invariably, it has to do with the internet. Factually speaking, they're correct. However, in our world, the world of the positive, purposeful, powerful, and pleasant, WWW stands for What a Wonderful World. And what is a word, right? WHATA. And of course, a big thank you, a tip of the hat, and hello to Satchmo, Louis Armstrong, for enabling that song, What a Wonderful World, to go viral and not just touch tens of millions or hundreds of millions, billions of people around the planet. And what do you do whenever you hear the opening bars of What a Wonderful World? What do you do right away? You can't help but smile. Now, smile is one of the most important ways to internalize, utilize, and leverage in your life because smile stands for seeing miracles in life every day. That's right, seeing miracles in life every day. Now, I got to tell you a quick story. I'm privileged to speak to millions of people every month over the internet. I even do in-person shows every once in a while here in Henderson, Nevada, right outside of Las Vegas, where I live. Recently, I spoke to a group of 1,127 people. I'm telling the story about Barry Shore and about seeing miracles in life every day. And some people raise their hand and say, hey, Barry Shore, I've been up for hours already. I haven't seen any miracles. And I asked them, are you here? Can you hear? Can you stand still? I can't do that. Can you walk? I can barely do that. You have water, drink, you have food, tea, a place to sleep, you have family, you have friends. Every single one of those is a miracle. What's the proof? Simple as proof. 1 million people didn't get out of bed this morning. You know why? They died. By definition, you didn't. If you're watching and listening, you have an obligation to live life to the full. So let me just share with you a quick story. It's about me. Imagine, if you can, I'm standing up in the morning, completely healthy and hearty. In the evening, I'm in the hospital, totally, completely paralyzed from the neck down. Not from an automobile accident, not a spinal injury. It was a rare disease that took over my body and rendered me a quadriplegic. Nothing in the body moved. I could only communicate by blinking my eyes. I was 144 days in the hospital. I was in a hospital bed in my own home for 2 years. I couldn't move. I was in a wheelchair for 4 years. braces on both my legs, from my hips to my ankles. That was progress. Thank God today I'm able to be vertical and ambulatory with the help of a 7-foot walking wand. So I'm a tripod, not a biped. Can't walk up a stair by myself. Can't walk up a curb by myself. I help 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. I hear my voice. Positive, purposeful, powerful, and pleasant. Why? Because of one word. Smile. Seeing miracles in life every day. I got to tell you a story. My 8-year-old niece comes over to me a few weeks ago. She says, Uncle Barry, can we spell smile, S-M-I-E-L? I thought about it. Smile sounds the same. Why not? I asked her how come. She says, because that would stand for seeing miracles in everyday life. Out of the mouth of an 8-year-old. What was she doing? She was creating the kind of world she wants to live in. Now, CREATE is a fabulous acronym that stands for causing rethinking, enabling all to excel. You're going to understand rethinking with amazing Billy in just a few minutes. Let me tell you something about rethinking. It's what we call a shift in perspective. Now, I've been working with people for more than 4.5 decades. I can tell you, 97.2% of people come to me, they drop the F in shift, and the other stuff happens. You got to keep your F's in place. You got to be effing careful with your F's. You want to shift your perspective just a little bit. Then you can internalize, utilize, and leverage the 6 most important words you'll ever learn. These are choice, not chance, determines your destiny. How you choose to respond in any given situation will determine your path in life and your trajectory. Now, before we bring on amazing Billy, I just want to warn everybody in advance that I do use a lot of 4-letter words. I even use the 4-letter FU word, and I do it because of the shock value and it's fun. Now, of course, the 4-letter words that we use, because we live in the world of the positive, purposeful, powerful, and pleasant, are love, life, hope, play, free, gift, swim. And the 4-letter FU word is fun. Fun, that's right. F-U, capital N, capital N. So after the show, you see your family and friends, when you point your finger, twinkle in your eye, smile on your face, say F-U, everybody. Remember to add right away, capital N, capital N. Say, where'd you get that? I said, I listened to Barry Shore. He had on Billy. He was talking about boxing. You got their attention. Now you can share with them these great insights. So before we bring on Billy, just another moment, I want to urge everybody to use the 2 most important words in the English language, the most powerful words in the English language, 3 times a day from now, the rest of your life. And you'll be happier, healthier, and wealthier. These 2 words are thank you, thank you, thank you. Thanks stands for to harmonize and nurture kindness. KIND is a fabulous acronym. It stands for keep inspiring noble deeds. I can't think of anybody that inspires noble deeds more than the noble art himself. Wonderful boxing Billy. Billy, please say hello to 512,917 people around the world. There's the champ himself.
Let's get ready to rumble. Yes, the joy of living. Let's get joy.
Thank you, wonderful Billy. Okay, so I want to, if I started sharing with you all the accolades and all the things that Billy has accomplished, it would take the rest of the show. I'm going to give you 3 pointers. Number 1, Billy Schwer was, in my humble opinion, still the reigning champ of the British Isles, of the UK, the whole UK, of the European Union, and the British Commonwealth. Reigning champ in the welterweight division. He was Billy the Boxer, known worldwide. He achieved every medal. He made lots of money, loved by everybody except for one person, which he's going to talk about. And of course, that one person who didn't love Billy was Billy. So we're going to talk about the journey of Billy. I just want to mention one other thing. He is bringing a message to the world that is so profoundly important. It's called Man Up. Now, that doesn't exclude women. It's called Man Up. We're going to talk a lot about that. So, Billy, let's just go right to it. Talk about this. The stage is yours. I want to mention something for me personally. Boxing, I'm a guy. So I know boxing since I'm a kid. And, we'll always play at it. It always befuddled me that people would get in the ring, 2 guys primarily, and fight against each other for the purpose of hurting. Well, you're not there to hurt, you're here to win. However, in order to do that, you have to either knock somebody out, knock somebody down. And I really never understood the mindset. So with your permission, tell us about it.
So it's a great point, because as a professional boxer, the intention that you go in the ring with is to cause bodily damage. And all the people that are against boxing, because it's all of the things that they say it is. It's barbaric. It's like it's inhumane. It's all of those things. But we still love it. There is a big part of the population that loves the fight.
Oh, it's amazing. By the way, look, I live in a place called Henderson, Nevada. I moved here 4 years ago. It's Henderson, nobody knows. If I mention 2 words, everybody leans in and opens up their ears and eyes. Las Vegas.
Yes.
It's basically the boxing capital of the world. And I've also known since a kid that boxing is also called the noble art. Boxing was sometimes called the sweet science because it's a science as much as an art. That's number one. And boxing is seen as the ultimate contest between 2 somewhat equal beings.
Gladiators. We are the last of the gladiators.
Okay, thank you. Except for the sword.
And it is the noble art, the sweet science. So my view is about mastering the art and science of the mind, which I now call mental boxing, which I hope you can see that. This is
mental boxing. Oh, by the way, don't take any notes. Don't write anything. I want you to lean in and experience Billy. Everything you need to know will be in the show notes. The books, how to get a free copy, all the kinds of stuff. Just experience Billy the boxer.
Because the experience is, if you think about it, Barry, the biggest lessons that we've learned and your listeners in life has probably come from the experiences that you've had, and not necessarily from what you may have read in a book or what someone may have told you, but from the experience. So let's have an experience. And boxing is a very experiential art and science. And there's so many nuances in it. And it's like a chess, but it hurts. But it's a painful, it hurts a lot. And it's a very painful way of playing chess. But it's a life that we choose as a professional boxer.
Okay, so let's start early on. When did you, as a man, a boy, begin this process called boxing, and even thinking that, you know something, I'm going to be very good at this, maybe even the best that's ever been seen?
That's a great question, because that was the conversation that I have with a lot of people. When I speak on stages or I work with people individually and groups, my question to people is, do you ever wonder how you ended up the way you ended up? Why do you do what you do? What is that about? And so that was when I retired from being a professional boxer, I asked myself the very same question. How did you end up being Billy the Boxer? What happened? And I tracked it all the way back to when I was 5 years of age, and I'm in my mum and dad's front room with my 2 older sisters, Mandy and Lisa. Lisa's 8 and Mandy is 11. They're bigger than me, and we're rolling around the floor, and kids being kids, they were bullying me. And what they used to do, they used to pin me to the floor. Now, 2 against 1, what'd you do? You got one, I had one sitting on my chest, and one used to pin my arms back to the floor. and I'm kicking and screaming, and I couldn't fight them off. And I used to get so upset, I used to hyperventilate. I was having a panic attack. I would turn blue, and I was thinking I was going to die. I couldn't breathe. And then what they did, they both had these beautiful long blonde hair. As I'm pinned to the floor, they used to wave their hair in my face, and they used to sing this. They used to sing this song to me. You'll remember this. It's by Paper Lace. Billy, don't be a hero. Don't be a fool with your life. And so they're singing that song, and I'm kicking and screaming. And in that moment, I made the decision that no one was ever going to beat me, dominate me, hurt me, or get on top of me ever again. I made the decision. The decision I made was that I was weak.
This is so profound, so mind and body and soul expanding. Everybody knows internally And at some point in life, you have to do what we call the big D, whatever age it is. So we call it, life is a 3D experience, right? The first D of the 3 Ds is decision. The second is discipline. And the third is determination. When you made that decision, you didn't even have to articulate it. You made it internally. When that decision was made, that was the shift in your life. You didn't know at the time that you were going to be the welterweight champion of the entire globe outside the United States. Wow.
Exactly right. As a 5-year-old kid, the decision that I was weak, that I unconsciously said to myself, went into my future, and I lived into that future that I was weak. So I had to find a way to prove that I wasn't, unconsciously. So my dad used to be a boxer. So my dad was a very successful amateur boxer. He was the Irish featherweight champion. So I asked my dad to take me down the boxing gym when I was 8 years of age, and he started to teach me how to box. So in the UK, you're not allowed to compete until you're 11. So I boxed from 8 years of age till 11. He taught me how to box, and I had my first contest at 11. So and here's another pivotal moment in my life. My third amateur boxing fight. I'm 11 years old. I boxed for 3 rounds. I won my first 2 fights. I think I've won this round. And they put the other kid's hand up, and I am absolutely devastated. I'm in the ring, crying my eyes out. I'm distraught. My dad's my coach. He's trying to console me. I'm devastated. I made another unconscious decision in that moment that I wasn't good enough. So there I am, 11 years of age. I'm weak and I'm not good enough. That was the driver, such that that's what had me become a world champion. Those unconscious decisions.
This is great, because I want to ask you, on the flip side, what you just articulated is what I think 99.1% of humanity goes through. I'm not X. I'm not this. The negative. When did the positive kick in, which is, I am a champion. I am the best. I am capable. I become a national champion at 13. So I was the best in the whole country as a 13-year-old. So I've been competing from 11 years of, well, I competed for 20 solid years. I had 138 fights as an amateur and a professional boxer. Now, 45 of those were as a professional, but as an amateur, loads and loads of fights. So I was a national champion at 13, but I still had the belief that I still wasn't good enough, and I still was weak. So that was unconsciously hardwired into my being, and I was still trying to prove. So I'm a national champion, but I'm still trying to prove I'm enough, because not being good enough evolved into I'm not enough. So when do we get into the positive? I want to hear, when do we say, I am Billy the champion?
So I am Billy the champion as a 13-year-old, and I overcome fear. So another one of my winning traits from the book, which you guys can have, is KO fear. So when I fought for that national championships, when I was in the final, I was so nervous. I was petrified. I couldn't sleep the night before. I couldn't eat anything. I was an absolute wreck. And as the fight drew closer, my stomach started to churn. You know, when you got those nerves, your stomach's churning, and I started to feel sick. And my dad was my coach, and I said, Dad, I feel sick. And he looked at me and he said, what do you mean you feel sick? Be Jesus. My dad's Irish. This is my Irish accent. What do you mean? This is the fatal. And so I said, I want to throw up. And he goes, well, go and find somewhere to throw up then. And I found these big velvet drapes, because it's a very posh venue. These big velvet drapes. I got behind them and I threw up. Blah. I was physically sick. So I wiped the sick from my mouth. I mean, we put the gloves on, and I stepped up into the ring as a petrified young man, but I stepped out a champion. So that was the first moment that I realized that, you know what, if I can find the courage to step up, put myself at risk, even be prepared to fail, I can succeed. So my life changed in that moment forever.
Okay, this is, you can't get better than call this a cliffhanger and such. We have sponsors that love our show, and we wouldn't have them on if we didn't think they're worth your time and attention. We have more Billy the Boxer, the champion, on the other side of this show on the commercial. Don't go away.
Hello, skincare connoisseurs. If you think you have tried everything in skincare, you are going to love what I am about to tell you. I'm pharmacist Benjamin I. Fuchs. I'm a dermatology pharmacist, and what I've discovered in my compounding pharmacy after decades of working with patients with skin traumas and skin diseases is the missing link in skincare is topical essential nutrition. And because of this missing link, we're not maximizing the potential of topical skincare. We're leaving skin beauty and skin health on the table. And that's why I formulated my Truth Treatments. Listen, the skin's an organ. It needs and wants and craves nutrients, vitamins, minerals, amino acids, fatty acids, and plant-derived minerals, and now it can get them in super high concentrations in my Truth Treatments. Originally formulated for dermatologists and their patients, now they're available to you. Check them out today at truthtreatments.com, and I know you are going to love the truth.
Good day, beautiful bonds with beloved immortal beings, and good-looking people. Maybe good-looking, so I was looking for and finding the good. Our cup runneth over with good. His name is Billy Schwer, better known as Billy the Boxer, better known as the Man Up, better known as Mental Boxing, helping now people all over the world understand that the journey of you, which is the acronym for joy, journey of you, Billy, you love it?
I love it.
Enables you to move through the sort of, we'll call them almost normal processes of I'm not good enough, I'm a little, and anything negative, into stepping into the ring, as he says, in stepping into the ring, manning up and being prepared to walk out champion, no matter the result, by the way. No matter the result, he made the mental decision in that moment to be the champion. So now you're 13 years old. You're the champion of the British Isles. I mean, in your way, your age category. And so I don't know how you walk through a door. Your head must be so big. You know, it's not. And now you're on the path. Again, I want to go back to something that, for me personally, I'm trying to understand something. You're putting on gloves. Okay, gloves is one thing. There's a science to boxing. One of the pieces of the science is not to get hit in the face. Or the nose. How many times has your nose been broken, Billy?
I have no idea. What a silly place to put a nose.
Right. In the middle of the face. You should have put
it in the back of the head. Exactly. That's a default.
And then when you're some of what we call almost the beauty of boxing is pitting two highly trained, highly skilled, highly super focused athletes against each other. And as you said, it may be chess with pain. And one of them is going to be victorious. Only one. And it's going to hurt no matter what.
Yeah.
Well, what do you do? How do you can't avoid hurt. So what do you do, Billy, to make sure and you're the winner?
It's the preparation. So when I started at 8 years of age, had my first contest at 11. So all those years, all those fights I had as a child, I was just a child from 11 till I was 21. I had nearly 100 fights. So it was like doing my apprenticeship. It was blood, sweat, and tears, joy, pain. It was all of those experiences, losing, winning, the ups and the downs, the roller coaster ride of the boxing ring, which is a metaphor for life, because life hits hard. It doesn't always go according to plan, does it? And it's being able to adapt and shift and look at things from a different perspective. You talked about that earlier. Now, if we can look at things from a different perspective, things will change and things will look different and occur different, such that we can move towards something that we're truly after and truly want to succeed in. But it takes discipline. You talk about the 3 Ds. Here's my 3 Ds: discipline, dedication, and desire. So try a triangle. So the base of the triangle is discipline and dedication. If you've got that discipline, if you are dedicated, you will succeed in achieving your desire. That's what the Man Up book is all about. I've created a success model. But on the flip side of that, if you think of an inverted triangle and you've got doubt, distraction, and disappointment, which is an inverted triangle. So that's my success model. So the positive cycle allowed me to become a world champion, but I got caught up in that negative cycle when I retired from boxing. The doubt, the distraction, being disappointed, suffering, being in pain, no longer being Billy the Boxer. And that was a transitional period.
We're going to go there. I want to focus still with from 11 to 21 championship. You also have to have a life. you are, you
sacrifice your life.
So this is sacrifice commitment. So you enjoyed, I'm going to put those words in your mouth. You enjoyed the contest called boxing.
The life. It was a life.
The discipline, the applause, people saying, wow, it's Billy. People maybe placing bets, making money on you, and you're in the ring and you're feeling, I'm the winner. By the way, I grew up with a movie, and that people, you have to Google. I don't even know if it's still around. The movie was made in I think 1932, and it was called The Champ.
Yes,
and it's one of the greatest tearjerkers because it's about a washed-up boxer who goes into the ring for the last time and wins the fight for his kid. I mean, like you said, boxing is a great metaphor for life. For three reasons. We're making this up because we're talking right now. One of the reasons is because it's you pitted against your alter ego. The person that you're boxing against is really you because they're highly trained, highly focused. They have the 3 Ds. They're equally as good as you. There's just one small thing that's going to allow you to find that one moment in the fight where he's open and you can land that knockout.
You're looking for the openings. You're looking for the openings all of the time, looking for the angles, looking for the openings. And the people who are observing us, maybe they see themselves in us. That's what the attraction may be.
I think that's why people are, the people that go to fights, because they want to be the winner. They want to. So that's boxing is the ultimate one-on-one sport. And again, it's called a sport because there's a science to it. You're not there just to hurt.
No.
It is pain. However, that's not your objective. Your objective is to win. The other issue and I love this, Billy, how you're talking about, let's say after you're 21, you now turn, I guess, professional, whatever we call one a better term. And now you win, you have like 40, you have 40 something professional fights.
45.
And you're making money every fight, no matter what, by the way, win or lose, you make money. Am I correct?
Yeah. That's my business. Now that becomes my business.
Now it's your business. Now, first of all, is Dad still coaching you?
So no, what my dad did as I was coming as a teenager and as I was just about to turn professional, my dad allowed me and introduced me to a professional boxing trainer. It was a really smart move because he knew his limitations and he allowed me to be brought on by somebody else, a professional boxing trainer. But my dad was in my corner for every single fight that I've had. He's one of the seconds. He used to carry the spit bucket. You know the spit bucket?
We know.
He would do that, but he would always be in the corner. Okay,
so again, we have people that are listening from all over the world. You got people who don't fight people, who do fight people, want to fight. What you just revealed to us, Billy, again, the essence of the human condition. Dad is in your corner. And again, I don't care if you're a race car driver or if you just, you're a CPA. It doesn't matter what you do. When you have a parent or someone who trusts you is in your corner, that makes a difference. The other thing is that the person in your corner is able to allow you to find professional coaching. And that's a big move because now you have another voice that you need to trust. You need to put trust in somebody outside of your circle
Yeah.
And allow them to give you direction so that you can get to the next level. Am I correct on that?
Absolutely. And it's like in life, look at us all. We all need a good corner team. So who's in your corner? Who's got your back? That's the question to be asking. Yeah, who's got your back? Who's in your corner? Who's fighting alongside you and who's fighting for you? Who's willing to go into the trenches with you, supporting you? That's so, so key and so important for us all to consider who is in our corner.
Well, by the way, that might be the next title of your book. Who is in your corner? I mean, you got some great books. You got Man Up, you got Mental Boss. Again, all of this is in the show notes. I just want you to experience Billy for the moment. Okay, let's talk something that, for me, I find interesting. If you can tell us, you're fighting. I presume you're getting paid. You're making money, whether you win or lose. What was your biggest purse ever? How much was the biggest amount that you earned?
Is it rude to say? Is that allowed to say that?
I would hope you say it, even though the tax is after you.
No, it's like 100 grand sterling. So it wasn't lots of money.
Okay,
not like the money today.
Right. Again, we're talking 30 years ago, more.
Yes. Yeah. 25 years.
Let's be blunt. 100,000 pounds sterling was money. It was not 5 million, 10 million, 20 million, which is what happens today.
Yes.
Some boxers, whether win or lose, you're talking 20 grand, $20 million.
Yeah.
It's a different world.
It's a different world. Yes.
Yes. What the beauty of is that you're about to tell us what happened after being the winner. Billy the Boxer was the ultimate winner. The only one that he could never defeat, and it caused a spiral down, was himself. So what happened after you retired from the boxing ring?
So let's just run through my professional career really quickly. So I won the British and Commonwealth Championships, and then I lost them in my first defense. Then I regained them in a bruising rematch, and then I won the European title in Spain. Then I defended that 3 times. Then I got an opportunity to fight where you are in Vegas, the fight capital of the world. I fought in Vegas that was my first attempt at the world title. I failed. I got beat on cuts. They stopped the fight. I then got another shot at the world title in London, Wembley Arena. I was fighting one of your guys, another American guy. I got beat on points. So I lost that time. So I've been beaten twice. I got another shot at the world title, my 3rd attempt, again in London, Wembley. I lost on a split decision, which meant it could have went either way. It just so close. It just didn't go my way. So then I got my 4th attempt, London. I challenged a guy from Colombia, and it goes the full 12 rounds, and I'm standing there awaiting the decision, looking out into the crowd, and this is my 4th attempt. This is my last hurrah. And I remember looking out into the ringside, and I could see my mum. My mum sat ringside for all of my fights. My dad's in my corner. I can hear my sisters, Mandy and Lisa, and all the people there that have been supporting me from the very beginning. We're like family. We're all there together. And eventually I got to hear the words I've been waiting all my life to hear. And the new IBO light welterweight champion of the world, Billy Schwer. So I had achieved my dream. I have a dream, because it was a dream. It was a dream. And it took so long to get there. It was such an arduous journey. I'd eventually become the world champion. But what happened was, on the way home after the fight, I didn't quite feel right. So I was having headaches. I felt sick, and I was violently sick. So we went straight to hospital. And I was in hospital for 2 days with concussion, brain scans. Boxing's a dangerous business, as we talked about. So I come out of hospital 2 days later. I'm the champion. I'd achieved all that I'd set out to achieve in my life. So now it was, I've got to make it pay. Now I've won the title. I've got to make it pay. So I had my first defense only 3 months later, which was too soon upon reflection. So I had a real hard fight. And in the 11th round, I got knocked out. Bang. I was carried out of the ring on a stretcher and put into the back of an ambulance. And I was sent to hospital. So there I am in the back of an ambulance on the way to hospital. Sirens are blaring. We're dodging through the traffic. Now, I was frightened because I'd stepped up into the ring that night, as I always did, prepared to die. And maybe I was about to. I was that worried. And while I was in hospital that night, I had another brain scan. While I was in hospital for the second time, that was when I made the toughest decision I've ever made, to retire from boxing. And then that was when, I mean, making a life-changing decision, they're tough, right? They're tough. They're tough. And we all have to make them. We all have to make them at some point in our lives. So making that decision was the hardest thing that I've ever did. And then I found then the transition from being Billy the boxer to being, I was just Billy. Suddenly I was just Billy. And who's Billy? It's like, who am I? What am I doing?
The ultimate existential question of life.
Yeah.
I've been fighting all my life, and most people listening right now, and there are hundreds of thousands, maybe millions, because they're going to be sharing, are all leaning in and saying the same thing. Who am I? What am I fighting? Who am I fighting? Why am I even fighting? Maybe there's another way of using energy for the positive, purposeful, powerful, pleasant aspects of life, so you don't have to be in the back of an ambulance heading to hospital.
Yes, again. And it was, for me, it was, yes. So what is the meaning of life? That was the question. I had a midlife crisis very early. I was in my early 30s, and I had that moment, that crash, that moment, that pivotal moment of what is life all about. And then that was a real challenge for me to figure that out.
And unfortunately, the 3 Ds that you emphasized prior, that we're going in an upward movement, now brought you in a downward movement.
I flip-flopped down. So self-doubt. So I was doubting if I could be that good at anything ever again. I've been a world champion. So now what? What do I do? I don't fit in. How am I going to,
what's Billy?
So then I found distraction. I couldn't be with myself because I felt like a failure. My unconscious thing, my decision I was making, because I lost my title in my first defense, I wasn't good enough again. I felt like a failure. So distraction, drugs, sex, rock and roll. I did all of that stuff to distract myself from being Billy, because I didn't like Billy and I didn't want to be Billy. Ultimately, that was ending up down at disappointment. And I went through disappointment into depression, into breakdown, into suicide, into having suicidal thoughts. I hit rock bottom, and that was the crash. And it's when I hit rock bottom, those first 2 years of my retirement were the worst 2 years of my life. I really, really suffered.
I think that your then wife would agree as well, wouldn't she?
Yes, absolutely. My ex-wife, my now ex-wife, it was, I broke the relationship. I broke everything. I broke everything that I come into contact with.
And
I couldn't.
You went broke. You lost all your money.
I lost everything. I had nothing. And I had no love.
The power of moving from
myself.
Okay. We
talk about joy. And so then I hit the bottom.
So we have the power of moving from world champ to just Billy. Very difficult transition, isn't it? We're having a little bit of a technological glitch. Billy, can you hear me? Let's see if you can move a little bit. Let's see, come back in. And while we're waiting for Billy to respond, I'm going to mention that the book that Billy has authored that I think is being offered for people, it's called Man Up. And it is just a very important, wonderful book. And here comes Billy's back again. Okay.
And we've also, this is the book that I want everyone to get as well. How to be a winner.
How to be a winner. Is this mental boxing?
Yeah, so this is how to be a winner inside the mind of a champion. This is still mental boxing. Mental boxing is everywhere.
Okay,
It incorporates.
remember, everything's in the show notes. You can get a free ebook copy of it. Just go
Yeah.
there and enjoy. I want to make mention about Man Up because it's such it's provocative.
Yes.
In today's world, where man number women, man doesn't mean just a physical being called the male. It means people. And I gave an acronym for Man Up. Can I share with you the acronym?
Please, I'd love to hear it.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Man, M-A-N, master action now. And up means unleashing power. Master action now, unleashing power. That's what happens when you man up. And this book will inspire, empower you to live life and love life. You can live it with power and passion and purpose. It's not just a good read. It becomes a manual, is another word, a manual for navigating the very rough seas called life. Let's be blunt. Boxing, as you said, is a wonderful metaphor. It doesn't always have to mean that you're landing a punch or receiving a punch. It could be a bed of roses. However, we all know that roses have thorns.
Yes.
So you have to understand that life has multiple layers to it. So I want to, with your permission, Billy, we're going to do a quick break. We'll come back with more Billy, the great man, on the other side of this commercial. Don't go away because there's more of him and he's so good. We love it. Be right back. Opportunity. What an opportunity. I'm going to use 2 4-letter words right now. Free gift. Free gift. Yes, you can have a copy of my best-selling book, The Joy of Living, How to Slay Stress and Be Happy, the ebook version for absolutely free. All you have to do is send an email to me, Barry, B-A-R-R-Y, at barryshore.com. And in the heading, the subject line, just write free gift. It's as easy as that. This is a life-changing, life-enhancing opportunity. Barry at barryshore.com. You'll be glad you did. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Free gift. Do it now. Take the action. Make it happen right now. Best wishes. Bye. Good day. Beautiful, bountiful, beloved, immortal beings, and good-looking people. If you're good-looking, I was looking for and finding the good. We found good in abundance. His name is Billy Schweer. He was the world champion of Britain, of the British Commonwealth, of the European Union. He made it. He took him 3 times. On the 4th time, he defended his title. And then a few months later, got knocked out. And that knocked him out. But that knockout brought him to the greatest question and the greatest revelation of life, asking, who am I? And guess what? Being able to answer it through pain, there's no question. He went into a spiral that brought him to the wrong place. Well, no, to the place he needed to be, rock bottom. The genius of it is he didn't wallow in despair. He picked himself up, as his father in the corner, the spit bucket man, would say, okay, Billy, get up. Yeah. And he did it. So let's talk about something that I think that you're a master at, and that is what we'll call the 7 winning traits.
Yes.
And it has to do with boxing. By the way, I have an acronym for your name. May I share it with you?
Please, that would be great.
Billy, B-I-L-L-Y. You ready?
Yeah.
Bringing insight, living life wisely.
Nice.
Bringing insight, living life wisely. We use the Y as the sound for Billy, not just the letter. So that's who you are, because you've you've gone through stuff, Billy, the champion. So talk to us about the 7 winning traits as you see them.
So the winning traits, again, These are the traits that I live by now and what have me be a champion now. And I share these traits such that whoever reads the book, my intention is that people become the champions of their world too, because that's possible. I want people to step up, raise their game, become the best versions of themselves and the champion of the world. I want them to think highly of and regard themselves. So we got a trait, we got a winning trait, and we have a punchline. So I'll just go through the punchlines because there's a punchline for every trait. So the first trait is be aware of the choices that you're making. Just be aware of the choices that you're making simply. And the punchline is win or lose, you choose.
I love it. Win or lose, you choose.
That's it. The second trait, have the courage to take a risk. Punchline, KO fear. Confront, challenge, and overcome your fear.
To explain that to people around the world, KO means knockout.
KO, yeah. So knock out your fear. Are you clear? Are you clear? You're clear. Right. Yes. And then we got we then have KO fear. We got the next winning trait is never give up. Now, 3 very simple words, but yet it's not always easy to not want to not give up. It's tough. So the punchline for that trait is fight for what you want. You got to fight for what you want because you may not get what you want first time round, second time round, third time round, like me. It took me 4 goes. So that's what's possible. The next winning trait is be resilient in all areas of your life. Resilience. The punchline, take it on the chin. You got to take it on the chin. You got to take what life throws at you and keep coming back. You got to bob and weave, duck and dive, jab and move, and keep coming back, looking for the opportunity, the angles, the way of winning. And these traits will have you be a winner. So the next trait is be aware of. So we got be aware of the choices. Be aware of the way that you look at things. And the punchline is jab and move. So be aware of the way that you look at things. So it's like, because throwing jabs, that you're looking for the angle. So as you mentioned earlier, if you look at things from a different perspective, they're going to look different. And life will occur different if you look at it from a different perspective, a different angle, a different view. And get some advice, get some outside your team, get your team, whoever's in your corner, your team, the team that's helping you, driving you, your corner, get some advice and get their opinion about what you're looking at. And that's the 6th trait. So the final trait is the punchline. I love the punchline is, so the winning trait is be responsible for who you are. Own your life. The punchline is box clever. Because if you're boxing clever, you got a team around you. You are being fully responsible. You're owning everything you do, everything you don't do, your mistakes, your failings, your wins, your losses. You're owning everything. You're taking full responsibility for your life. You can't be a victim. There's no victimhood within being responsible. You take it on the chin, you move forward.
So first of all, Billy, a huge thank you. A couple of quick things here. Everybody's listening. The reason we do this show and it's recorded is so I urge you, don't write anything down. You have the power to go back and watch it at your leisure, stop it, write things down, move. We'll call that bob and weave.
Yes.
and just understand and then watch it a third time. Because by the third time, you're going to begin to internalize, utilize, and leverage it. And I'll give you, if I may, a wonderful, we talk about often on our show, and that TEAM is a great acronym. It stands for Together, Everyone Achieves Miracles.
We like miracles.
Well, one of the great miracles, first of all, is you. to be able to go through boxing into a ring against another person who is equally as prepared, equally as determined, has an equal desire, let's call it that, and that yet there's just one tiny bit more that you have that allows you to be the winning champion. Because that's all it is. It's a game of centimeters, millimeters, that one opportunity. And by the way, when you use that opportunity and it's done from a place of purpose, of positive, powerful, pleasantness, guess what happens? By definition, you will win. You must win. The law is called the law of attraction. You bring to you that which you want in your life. Am I correct on that, Billy?
Absolutely, yes. Your being, it's in your being. You're a winner. Starting with here, with inside you. It's finding that comfort within yourself such that you occur a winner to yourself. So the stories that you may have about yourself, like I did, I wasn't good enough and all of that stuff. It's like we have to take that away and leave that in the past. And heal. You got to heal yourself such that you feel true to your true self and be the winner that you truly deserve to be.
I will share this with you. The word heal, H-E-A-L, helping everyone achieve life.
Yeah, there you go. That's beautiful. Helping everyone achieve life. And that's what I do. And that is what I do now.
And by the way, that's why you're here. I want to tell everybody, Billy is in London. I'm in Henderson, Nevada. You're listening from wherever you are in the world. And there is no time and space anymore. And
yes.
The genius of what's happening here is that, and I'm humbled and honored that you made the time to be with us today, Billy, to share with us, because you're in with so much to share and to give, spreading happiness and rejuvenating energy. I'm loath to use the words I'm going to say right now, and I need to say that we're coming to a close in our time together. I have 3 quick questions for you, champ Billy. Are you ready?
Let's go.
Number 1, will you come back again?
Oh, I'd love a rematch. I demand a rematch.
Whoa, I love it. That was so cool. Number 2, Billy, you only have 80 seconds to answer this question. What is your most fervent desire?
Fervent? What do you mean fervent?
Fervent, passionate. What is it that you must accomplish in life right now?
Barry, I am living it. I have it. I'm living and breathing it. It's like I want for nothing while I'm in the pursuit of everything. I'm not attached to achieving anything. I don't need to achieve things, get stuff. I just want to be happy, fulfilled and satisfied, which I am more so now than I've ever been. I'm living a 10 out of 10 life. And
we love it.
That's what I wish. That's what I wish for your listeners.
Everybody should have a 10 out of 10. We love it. And the bell rings. Everybody raise your hands. Champion. Okay. And number 3, Billy, may I give you a hug in front of 529,710 people around the world?
Please. I would love that.
Okay. Let me tell you what HUG stands for. Heartfelt, unlimited giving. 1, 2, 3. Remember now, you're listening to The Joy of Living with your humble host, Barry Shore, the ambassador of joy and wonderful champion, Billy Schwer. And this show is, it's not about Billy, great guy that he is, or Barry, fabulous fellow. It's about you being the best you, because then you are the best you. You make the world a better place. You build more bridges of harmony, create more joy, happiness, peace, and love. Remember the 3 fundamentals of life. Number 1, life has purpose. You lead a purpose-driven life. You go mad. Mad stands to make a difference. And the 3rd is to unlock the power and the secrets of everyday words and terms. Smile. Seeing miracles in life every day, as my 8-year-old niece says, seeing miracles in everyday life. Create the kind of world you want to live in, causing rethinking. Listen to Billy, enabling all to excel. You want to shift your perspective, keep that F in place. All the other stuff happens. Shift your perspective, internalize, utilize, and leverage the 6 most important words you'll ever learn. which are choice, not chance, determines your destiny. How you choose to respond to any given situation determine your path and your trajectory. Use 4-letter words. Now, the ones we use live in the world of positive, purposeful, powerful, and pleasant: love, life, hope, play, free, gift, swim. And the 4-letter FU, it is fun. FU, capital N, capital S. After the show, see your family and friends, have a twinkle in your eyes, smile on your face, point your fingers, say FU, everybody. Add capital N, capital S. Say, where'd you get that? Listen to Barry Shore. He had on the champion of the world. And you can share with them. So go to the show notes, use it well. And we're going to give a blessing from wonderful Billy and Barry. The blessing is go forth. Live exuberantly. Sow the seeds of joy, happiness, peace, and love. Go mad. Go make a difference. Billy, don't go away.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Joy of Living podcast. Now that's another step towards your healthier, happier, and wealthier life. Never hesitate to do good in the world, no matter what the situation. Join us for another upbeat discussion next time at barryshore.com. And be sure to leave a rating and subscribe to the show to get more conversations like this. And remember to share it with your family and friends too. See you on the next episode.